So we're going to look at 3 courses, check out some worksheets, and we're going to see some examples of some things that we like about this. One thing that I really like about this one particularly is it uses, look at that. You know what that is? It's kind of hard to tell from this view, but when I refresh, it's very simple. I think it loads somewhere over here. Nope. Well, oh, because this one, these things are created on, anyways, this is all Google Docs. That's what they use to create their worksheets. And it's so simple. I mean, these guys made like $20 million just on selling online courses in the last, like, what, 2-3 years that they've been open. And they use Google Docs to create all their worksheets. So it shows that you don't have to hire anyone to do some fancy editing. It makes things look all nice and pretty, but it's pretty simple. So this one is nice because this assignment has really, it just has like a bullet point, like number 1. So 7 golden rules of information products. Craft a clear name. Give everything a unique, catchy name. Don't give your users an encyclopedia. What I realized is in these worksheets, these headers, they're all commands. Like even these titles, it's like find your features, tip the scale with bonus content. Most of them, like the art of risk reversal, that's like a concept. But most of these are like actionable, like do this. It's like, yeah, that's what a lot of these are. Like incorporate personal stories whenever possible. Do you know what that's called in like the whole grammar stuff?
Testimony?
No, not in testimony. It's like a positive command. I think that's what it's called. I remember in Spanish when we were learning, it's like like venir is to come, but ven aquí is come here. So like ven, yeah, it's a different way that we phrase the words. It's like, no, it's like a command saying come. So that's basically what all these are. And they have these action steps. They're like, look, come up with the name and put it at the top of your outline. Make sure you use this name in the introduction of your course. So it's like an actionable step, and it's highlighted. They really make sure that every single assignment has those steps. And you see they make use of numbered lists and bullet points like crazy. And then sometimes they have like a written synopsis of what was spoken. That would be on there. So that's the type of thing that we want to have on our course too, at least those elements. So what I would recommend doing is, as much as possible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you access to any of these courses that you want to be able to go through. And I would encourage you to look at the templates to get ideas. So that, like, why reinvent the wheel when we could like take something that's already proven to work and then just remix it to our own content and then just borrow their framework. That has step 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. There's some that are better than others. Like, oh, I'm in the wrong spot. That's fine. Check out this. I really like this. Skills-based brainstorm. Look at that questionnaire. So one thing I found is that in these questionnaires, they call them a framework. So like you see over here, well, it's not being recorded, but here, I gathered a list of ideas on what could be possible worksheets. And here's a framework. Here's a list of questions. For example, the avatar framework. Let's click that and see what's going on with this. Avatar is just, I showed you Daniel. And these are the questions that we had to ask when we were going through this program. And so what they call it, a framework, is really just like, what's their age? Be specific. And they're asking for a list, for an answer. What's their gender? What's their personality type? What are their goals in life? What are they passionate about? What pains them? So these are questions like, what are you currently struggling with? What are the opposite traits of character? What controversial subjects do you want to look into, or like what decisions are you about to make in life that you really need to understand God's will in, and like what's been heavy on your mind, or different things like that. That would be our worksheet, so people can like write out their questions. So that's what they call a framework. I'm like, wow, that's simple. That's different than a Bible reading, because a Bible reading has like question, Bible text, question, Bible text. It's kind of like a quiz. It's like an open book quiz. But this is more like helping you to discover or like research, or it's similar to a Bible reading, and I'm still trying to work out in my mind like what would be the difference. Maybe you could help with that too. As you look at examples, you can decide that for yourself too. This format is good. I want to show you. Oh, here we go. This is the link I was looking for. See, that takes you over to Google Drive. It's a Drive file. It's a Google Doc that they literally just click. Anyone with a link can view. So now we have access to it. Isn't that awesome? Like, I think that's so simple. I love it. I'm not as big of a fan of PDFs. So the thing about Jump Cut that I find is that their assignments they have all the elements, like actual steps, these questions, and a recap of what was taught. I like those about this. But what I don't like is that it seems kind of cluttered. Like some of these things, like you saw the 7 steps. The 7 steps for like information assignments. Does this look kind of overwhelming to you? They've got a rule, and so that's like review and an action step, review, action step, and they got like many bullet points within a review, and then they got actions. So it just seems like a whole bunch of stuff all in one document. What I like about Mastermind, now Mastermind, have you heard of this?
No.
This is the largest online course launch that has ever happened in probably internet history. They made like $20 million in like 3 days or something ridiculous. Their goal is they're trying to make self-education a norm. They're going to war with like universities and like all the old method of education. It's a very similar like vision or why that Jump Cut has. Like they're really motivating behind like reforming the education so that it's more practical, relevant, actionable, and that you can test it immediately, and that it's not just teachers theorizing and professing these subjects about all this outdated stuff, but they want people that actually have skin in the game and are doing the thing that they're teaching you how to do. So that's what this is about. But they're actually more so on the side of they're more so talking about like masterminds. You know what a mastermind is? It's okay if you don't. I don't really know what
Basic deduction, yeah.
So a mastermind is basically when you get a lot of experts in one niche, one field. These people who are like just really hyper focused on certain subjects, and you like, let's say plant-based hygienic restaurant for ministry. So what you do is you find all of these different Christians who own health food businesses or stores, restaurants, and you bring them all together in one group, and the only people in that group are people who own health food businesses, and they all come together to express their most life-changing aha moments and like things that made the most sense to them, and their challenges and how they overcame it. And it's like they just share their minds with all these people who are experts on the field, and they paid to attend that. Because what they learn from that, from their peers, is going to be receive a lot more in turn for helping their business to grow in their ministry and then further outreach. So that's what that is. It's like can't reading, but different. So what I want to show you is this. 7 levels deep, I'll go here. I really like the way that they map out their topics. Like you can already see that, like this, you have, here's the lesson, here's one lesson called your toolbox. And then each session, or what we would call a topic in our course, each lesson has a page that lists it out with a video subscription, and it's all neatly organized. And then at the top there's these, they're not there, but when you click one, then it goes over this. There you go. See all these sections? You can just access them just by clicking those, so it's really nice. We gotta go. Just real quick, I want to show you this. Action steps, I like the way they categorize it. Tools, audio file, and transcripts. Here are the steps that we gotta take in order to accomplish that. And then you can mark the lesson as complete. I already went through this, so the button's gone. But where JumpCut puts all of those things in one document, what we're gonna do is follow this. We already have it on our website, this tab. We have action steps separately, but we still want to extract as much as we can. And just because the video doesn't specifically give an action step, you can think, what about this subject would be really meaningful for someone to actually do to get the results they're looking for? So just write out some other action steps. When we re-record the video, we can include that, because the videos we currently have are not necessarily the ones we're going to use forever. We're going to record some specifically for that. We're just doing a minimum viable course right now. Tools, that's the worksheet. And we'll be there in a moment. And
can I ask you something like that?
It's recording right now.
Sorry.
So this is kind of like the framework, what JumpCut called the framework, and that's their worksheet right here. So they go all out. They have like examples of how to do that, and they have someone design that, but we can use Google Docs and simplify our process. We don't have to do all that, but that's cool. What they do every time is they have the teach, tool, and then I forgot what they said, but they action or something. But there's a format that they follow, and then the audio. We need someone who can go through all the videos and strip the audio and make it available here. And then the transcript. We have someone in California who's working as we speak about transcribing these videos. So they're going to have a transcript that they can click, and then when they access that, it's good for those people that want to find something specific that they wanted. So that's awesome. But so this is kind of like a recap, a written recap, and maybe ours, anyways, it's like a written recap. But I find with JumpCut, what they do is they take this, and this, and put it all in one Google Doc. So as you go through JumpCut, and I think JumpCut will give some of the most valuable examples of the type of things that we can use and different types of worksheets we can implement. But just keep in mind that this is what we're going to follow. Action steps, tools, and we're calling that a worksheet. And then transcript, which would be like a review. Where JumpCut puts in one doc, we're going to separate a little bit, but that's basically what we're going to do. Okay. Yeah, and there's some more research that could be done, but for now, what I would really recommend is go through here and see wherever it says worksheet, just click it. Like that's what I just did a few minutes ago. Just click the worksheet, boom, 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 and then you'll get new ideas of what type of worksheets we'll look at. All right.